Hey guys, it's Bowser64 with my well overdue detailed instructional video of how to use Memory Card Manager in a Nintendo 64 Gameshark Pro 3.3. Now, you're going to need a Gameshark Pro to do this, and a memory card, and another memory card. Now, this is a Gameshark Pro 3.3, and the way you can tell that is that you can look in the sticker here, and you can see that it says 3.3. Now, it has a parallel port on the back, and it will also have the LED in the front here. It'll also have the Gameshark button right there. Alright, so this is an off-brand memory card, and that is why it is so much larger than a legitimate Nintendo licensed memory card. And since this is off-brand, it's actually developed by Performance. It is, well, ironically, it seems to work better with the Gameshark Pro because it's just, I don't know, it's like the actual legitimate one has like, I don't know, it just seems to work better. So anyhow, you can see how much larger this one is than this one, but they store exactly the same amount. I've tested it. And so this is a legitimate memory card. If you look there, you can see the N64 logo, and you can also see, well, it's actually called a controller pack. Controller packs are the same thing as memory cards, but as you can tell, off-brands call it memory card, and Nintendo calls it a controller pack. So, excuse me, this is a controller pack. Alright, so you can see down here, or up here, you can actually see the Nintendo logo up there. So since it has a Nintendo logo, it's obviously licensed by Nintendo, right? Yeah, so this is a legitimate memory card. Okay, so I assume that you guys want to know how to do this, so let's get started, huh? Okie dokie. We're all set up to get started, but before I actually start, I want to tell you guys up front, you're going to need two controllers for the demonstration purposes of this video. One here and one here. You're going to have to have two slots filled, just like I have here. And what you're going to be doing is you're going to be copying from one memory card to another, and they're going to be in separate controllers. So let's get started. After you get your Gameshark Pro pried into the terminals just right so that's detected and everything by the game you have chosen to put in the top slot, you're going to power on, and it's going to count down from 5 to 0. And there is the Nintendo 64 Gameshark Pro main menu. As you can see, Memory Card Manager is at the bottom, so we're going to get there. But first we're going to get our trusty little stand out so that we won't be jerking around a whole bunch. Hey, you know what? Scratch that. Actually, I want to first show you guys how to put in the memory cards to your controllers. So we're going to get the legitimate one, and we're going to put it in controller 1, turn it over just like this, and have the Nintendo logo facing towards the back where the cord is. Just plug it in until it snaps. There you go, it's in. As you can see, it sits flush with the bottom of the controller, whereas this one will not do that, obviously. Alright, so here is controller 2. We're going to take the off-brand memory card, turn it around, thank you very much, shove it in, well, carefully, until it clicks, and it's in. Now look how much it sticks out. Could be useful if you want your controller sitting up like this all the time instead of flat, but more space is not cool. Alright, so let us get started. Once you have this up and running, and I get my stand here, you're going to see the main menu of the Gameshark Pro. So you're going to go press down on your Nintendo 64 controller analog stick on controller 1, not controller 2, it has to be controller 1, and you're going to get down to Memory Card Manager. Once you're there, you're going to want to hit A, and I need to line my camera because it's off center and it's driving me nuts. Just a minute here. It was reading the memory card just there if you couldn't see. And here is the main menu of Memory Card Manager. As you can see, the version of my Gameshark is 3.0. Well, not 3.0, but 3.30, which is the same as 3.3. And you get all this fancy stuff up there and everything. So let's get started. You're going to use controller 1. You're going to press A. I don't know if you can see, but there's some white text here. And you're going to press controller 1 with A on your controller. And here you get this menu. The left-hand box is filled with all the save data located on the first memory card plugged into slot 1 of controller 1. And there's actually not a slot 2, but you know, that's besides the point. Unneeded info, discard. Thank you. Alright. So, we're going to move our analog stick into the second box. As you can see, the whiteness switching between words is the analog box. It's kind of hard to see with you know, with this lighting. But anyhow, we're going to press A on controller 2. And as you can see, that memory card needs to be formatted. I have no idea why, but let's go ahead and do it. So the way we format a card is you press L on your controller. And that is located right here on the controller. So press L now on box 2, where controller 2 is. And it's going to bring up this menu. Are you sure you want to format? Select yes, press A. The little bar goes up and the card is now formatted, but it appears to not have really done any difference, which is kind of disturbing because I might have to change memory cards. I don't know why I keep calling them memory cards. They're really controller packs. Sounds much more cool, but you know. Okay, so I don't really know what's going on with this stuff right now, so I'm just going to press B out of all the boxes here, turn off my N64, and change the off-brand memory card to controller 2 and the on-brand memory card to controller 1, and then try this all over again. Come on, go in there. Throw me a bone here. Alright. Now, is that controller 1? Yes. We're going to power on our N64. There's the Gameshark Pro splash screen. We're going to go back down to Memory Card Manager, and the cards should be intact, at least I hope. Sometimes it'll take a while to read your memory cards. You don't panic, you just wait until it gets this menu up on the screen there. Now I want you to take a look at the options at the bottom of the screen before we start doing anything dumb and serious. Because this is A, means A on your controller selects a file. B is, of course, exit, as it's always been. L is to format a memory card. Either box, doesn't matter. And R is reread. An important note, well, you can't actually format your content on your games. Like, I've tried this before. If you highlight Game Pack or something, and then go into it, and then use L to format, it's not going to work. It only works on memory cards. Thank goodness. I mean, can you imagine deleting everything off of your game? I mean, why would you want to do that? But anyway, that's also off the point. I need to check to see which chord is going where, because this is a mad jungle of stuff here. Okay, there we go. So we're going to go hit A on controller 1 in the box 1. Oh my goodness, what the heck, man? Come on! Why you do this to me? Why you do this to me? Ah, yes, there we go. Now once your memory cards are properly formatted and empty, you will get the message no files over here. And just a little quick note, I actually didn't tell you everything down here. Z is delete file. So when you want to delete a file, you highlight it and you press Z on your controller, and it gives you the option of deleting. I'm going to go into all these functions later, but right now we're just going to do simple copying from box 1 to box 2. So I think this is controller 1. Hey, I know how I can tell if this is controller 1 now, because it has the shortest memory card in it. Alright. I had a moment. Alright. Ah, man. Too much fun. So you're going to press right on the analog stick. You're going to go into the second box. Going to highlight controller 2, press A, and there's your saved data. Now your saved data might vary depending on what memory card it is and all that good stuff, but there's going to be data there or you wouldn't be watching this video. So yeah. Okay, so in order to copy a file, you highlight it with the control stick and you're just going to simply press A on your controller. And it'll automatically copy it to the empty box, because the way the Gameshark works is it just seeks what's empty, and it just knows that when you hit the copy option in one box, the only other place for the data to go is in the next box. It will never do it to the same box you're in. Okay, so there is one file on controller 1 now called gege.1. This is my GoldenEye 007 save data. Now we're going to copy Perfect Dark from controller 2 to controller 1. So we're going to press A, and it's automatically going to read it, which is the copying, please wait. And it'll flash a green bar several times. I like it, it reminds me of music studios. It's like ba 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 ba. Okay, sorry. So there it is, GoldenEye and Perfect Dark save data on controller 1 controller pack. Now, once again, controller pack and memory card are exactly the same thing. It's just not called a memory card most of the time on the N64. It's called a controller pack. So when you're Googling all this stuff out, you're going to want to search for controller pack. Alright, so we're going to copy Twine to, which is actually 007, the world is not enough, to controller 1. If you haven't got it by now, we're simply copying data from controller 2 to controller 1, which is box 2 to box 1. So now we copy some data. What if we want to delete it? I mean, you can't always store stuff on these things forever, because as you can see, we've used 2 blocks for our save data in controller 1, and we have 91 free blocks. Over here we have a whole bunch of stuff on there. We only have 41 blocks free. And the blocks are basically bytes, kilobytes, gigabytes, whatever you want to compare it to. It's still saved data and it's still data. So it's size allocations. Clusters, cylinders, whatever. Alright, so you're going to press Z. Just highlight any file in either box and press Z. Like I know that I can delete Twine off of here because I have it back up on controller 1. So I'm going to go into controller 2 and hit Z. It's going to bring up this. Are you sure you want to delete file? Click over to yes and say A. It's going to show the green bar again. It's going to disappear. There you go. You're one file less. Now we're going to go back over here and copy Twine right back into controller 2. Sorry, I had to do the burp. It's tradition. And there you go. It's back on the memory card. And what do you know? It didn't corrupt it. We're just lucky. Dragons get lucky a lot. Alright, so we're going to delete Twine off of here now. So we're going to say yes. Now that that's gone, you're going to press B in both boxes until you get back to this menu. Now, you can actually, what's very interesting about the way the Gameshark Pro is set up, and also very confusing, of course, is that you can actually get controller 1 open on the first box, and controller 1 or the game pack open on the second box. And likewise, you can get the game pack open on the first box as well. But it's really weird because you can actually choose which boxes view data. Like, it's really complicated. Let me show you. So we're going to open up controller 2. We're going to highlight it and press A. Now as you can see, that's really weird that you open up controller 2 in box 1, right? So we're going to go over to controller 1 and open that up. And as you can see, all this stuff used to be over here on this screen, but now this stuff is over here. So yeah, and is that not confusing? I mean, it's very easy to not know what you're copying between. So that is a proof of concept, basically. We're not really going to do a whole bunch there. We might choose the reread option. We're going to press R on a controller just to show you what it does. And it rereads the memory cards, just like it says it does. Right, so press B. Okie dokie. Now we're going to open up our game pack data. But say we want to open up our game pack data in controller 1. Well, it's not in the controller, it's in the N64. Durr. So you can open it in either window. But as you can see, the option disappeared from the right-hand window when I opened it up in this one. It was really weird. It makes no sense. SM.1 is my Super Mario 64 save data. So we're going to open up controller 2 memory card. As you can see, it's already on there. What? That's a glitch. I just went into controller 2 and opened it up. Okay, whatever. See what I'm saying, guys? You can't count on this software. It's like, wee! Alright, so as you can see, controller 2 already has Super Mario 64 on it. So we're going to delete it with the Z button. Okay, so now we're going to go back into our game pack, which is what's highlighted right now. And we're going to press A and copy it to controller 2 memory card. Okay, and likewise, if you go into the right hand window and press B, you can choose your controller and you can copy it to both of them if you really desire. Go back into the game pack window, press A. And it ends up in controller 1, controller pack. Imagine that. Still no corruption. Amazing. Now, the other thing I want to show you is, say you want to open up the game pack in this window. Okay, so now it's on the right hand side of the screen. Go into controller 1, and we're going to delete the data again so that we can copy again for purposes of demonstration only. And we're going to press A on the game pack window with the SM.1 highlighted. There we go. It's in controller 1. So this is going pretty well, right? So we're going to press B on controller 1, open up controller 2. We're going to do exactly the same thing, but the only difference is we're going to delete the save file already there. There we go. And now we're going to copy from the game pack to controller 2. Now by now, I'm sure you guys have had the bright idea to, well, you're probably wondering, well dude, if he's copying between memory cards like there's no tomorrow, then why can't I copy from my memory card to my game? Well, let me show you guys. We're basically done here, so we're going to, oh yeah, and the other thing is you can't delete files off your game. You can't format your game. If you press L right now, nothing happens. Press Z, nothing happens. Press R, something happens because it's just rereading everything. So now we're going to press B in both windows until we get out of this. Now what I want to show you guys is that since you guys probably have just now had the bright idea that, hey, if he's copying between all these memory cards and stuff, and he's copying game pack data to a memory card, what's to stop me from copying my data from my memory card right onto my game? I mean, I can delete everything off my game, save it on my memory card, and then upload it later whenever I feel like it, right? Wrong. I've already tried doing this. No workup. It doesn't work. I'm going to show you guys that right now. I'm going to prove to you guys that this Super Mario 64 cartridge is completely clean, completely empty of saved data. Even with the codes I'm starting it with.
Mario!
Which I didn't ask it to do, but oh well.
Hello!
Okay, so as you can see, it's new everything, huh? Alright, so press reset on the N64. It's gonna do nothing because it crashes. Gonna power off your Gameshark, wait 5 seconds. Power it on, it's gonna count down and all that good stuff. And it displays the pretty menu and all that awesome Rickroll and what? I don't know what that was. But anyway, we're gonna start the game. Well, no, we're not. We're gonna go back into Memory Card Manager, It's going to read all the memory cards all over again. And this time we're going to be logical and copy from box 1 to box 2 because that's the way real people use Gamesharks. So we're going to open up our game pack and box 1, open up controller 1 contents in box 2. And now we're going to copy from controller 1 to the game pack. So we're going to press A, watch it copy. As you can see, there was no green bar anywhere, so that's obviously indicative of error. Now we're going to press B in both windows. I'm going to go right back into Start Game, not select cheat codes, Start Game without codes, or press Reset.
It's me, Mario.
Hello Mario, how are you doing today?
Hello.
Hello to you too. There you go. See, nothing happened. Obviously, you cannot copy save data from a memory card back onto the game and replace what's already there. It just doesn't work. I don't know why. It's very disappointing, but yeah. Anyway, guys, that's pretty much an overview of Memory Card Manager. If I missed anything, shoot me a PM or post a comment about it and let me know, and I'll be sure to update this. And I hope you guys got all the information. I know there was a lot of it. Hope I didn't talk too fast or mumble or anything. And I hope you learned a lot. It was very fun, and we'll do it again. So I guess I'll see you guys around with another YouTube video. And thanks for watching. Comment and rate. Have a great day. And Dragon out.